David Heathfield, and he's brought with him a plethora of friends. And I'm going to have to abandon you all because I pulled over to a lay-by to announce this meeting. This thing. I shall watch it later. Heathfield, and he's brought with him a plethora of yeah, and I seem to have got an echo. And I'm going to have to abandon you all because I pulled over to a lay-by to announce this meeting. This thing. I shall watch it later. He's brought with him a plethora. Yeah, and I seem to have got an echo. So we've not only got an echo, it seems to be going over us 3 times. But anyway, hello, cute Mr. President King Louis Lindsay Thomas. So good to see you back. Yeah, fantastic. So, David, I'm going to hand over to you now. Have a wonderful session. I'm going to be erecting constructions on fields in a minute, so I won't have a chance to. I'll watch this in retrospect. Bye, everyone. Yeah, fantastic. So, David, I'm going to hand over to you.
Right, I think if you mute John, it might solve the echoing.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to. Erecting constructions on fields in a minute, so I won't have a chance to. I'll watch it in retrospect. Bye, everyone. Yeah, fantastic. So, David, I'm going to hand over to you.
Right, I think if you mute John, it might solve the echoing.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to.
Can I ask everybody to mute? And let's begin. So, welcome everybody. It's a very special Friday. Friday is storytelling for children at the World Storytelling Cafe, and I'm the storyteller, but I'm actually going to do a little bit of storytelling, and a lot of the storytelling is going to be live from children from Gaza, which is fantastic. So we've got Mena is going to tell a story from Gaza. We've also got Bessan in Gaza, and we've also got Noor, who's from Gaza and is right now in Egypt. Absolutely fantastic that you're all here. Welcome to everybody who's watching on YouTube and on Facebook, whether you're watching live or the recording, you're most welcome. And also welcome to everybody who's joining us through on by listening audio through Radio Cavolo in Italy and around the world with Diffusione Fiaba with Elena Asciuti. Thank you, Elena, because it's Europe Day today, and Europe are talking about Gaza and our responsibility as Europeans. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to hand over to a wonderful young storyteller and her mother. Mena told a story she created called Free the Bee a year ago. And here she is today to tell us all Free the Bee live at the World Storytelling Cafe. Hello, Mena.
Hello.
Mena, it's wonderful that you're here. I know that now you are 10 years old. It's wonderful that you're here with your mother, our friend Luzanne. And Mena, please will you tell us your story?
Yes. Story. Tell us a story. Once upon a time, there was a bee. She loves flying between the flowers. She loves the sun. She loves smell. She loves the colors. One day, the bee flying between the flowers in the garden. She didn't see the angry man, and the angry man put a glass in the bee, and the bee cried, "Help, help, help me, please! Help, help, help me, please!" And nobody cared. The bee, hungry, no water, no food. She was tired. and she cried again. Help, help, help me, please. Help, help, help me, please. And the neighbors hear the bee. They knock the door. She say, free, free, free the bee, free, free, free the bee, free, free, free the bee. They broke the glass in the bee, and the bee flying again between the flowers. Bye. Thank you.
Mena, that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you for telling your story so beautifully. How the friendly neighbours came and saved the bee from the glass that the angry man had put over the bee in the beautiful garden. You told that story so beautifully, Mena. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Mena, you made up that story, didn't you? It's your story.
Yes.
Mena, is there something, would you like to say something to everybody? All the children who are listening around the world to the recording?
Take care of animals and
Take care animals.
Minna says she wants everyone to take care of animals because she
Take
loves
care
animals.
of the animals.
Yeah,
Yes.
cats,
The bees.
the bees, yeah.
Dog.
And all you should free the bee.
We should all free the bee.
Mhm.
Luzanne, can we talk to you? Luzanne, it's wonderful that you're here with us. I know it's difficult to be here from Gaza at the moment.
No electricity, so it's very dark here, and maybe you can hear some bombings. Maybe it comes suddenly. I'm not sure, but I hope it will be safe.
Luzanne, would you like to give us a message? And remember that there's lots of children who are listening.
First, I'd like to thank you very much for this chance to participate, for my daughter to participate. Children needs people to hear their dreams, to hear their voice. So I ask everyone, please take care of children because they need you and they are the hope of the future.
That's so true, Luzanne. Would everybody like to switch on your microphones and just say hello to Luzanne and Mena and say thank you?
Jambo, Luzanne, and Mena. Asante Sana.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Mena. That
so
was
much.
fantastic.
Beautiful storytelling.
Thank you.
Your
And Luzanne
story
and
was-
Mena, if you can stay with us, that's wonderful. If you need to leave, we understand. And the recording will stay here. It will always be here. Your beautiful storytelling, Free the Bee. Oh, thank you. So what a fantastic start to today's event. And I want to show this to everybody who's watching on a screen, whether it's on Facebook or on YouTube. And I hope you can see this. This is a QR code, and this is for the fundraiser for Luzanne and Mena's family, which is hosted by Sue Piper. And Sue Piper is here in the room. Hi, Sue. It's great that you're here. So Sue Piper is hosting this fundraiser, and you can donate. And you know, all of the families in Gaza right now need our help. And Sue has assured us that any money you contribute today will be shared very, very quickly and will help Luzanne and Mena and her family to get food, because everybody is hungry right now in Gaza. So do donate if you can, if you're watching live or you're watching the recording. Thank you very much. I'll put that link in the chat in a little bit. So right now, we're going to go to another young storyteller in Gaza, because while you're here, we need to make sure you have your turn to tell your story and we can hear your voice. So hello, Bessan.
Hello.
Bessan, you've been doing some learning with your wonderful teacher Amal, and Amal is a good friend. And Bessan, a few months ago in December, you told the story of Wise Masabe. But I think today we've got another story. And Bessan, would you like me to play the recording which you sent me yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, so yesterday Bessan told the story and she would like me to play the recording, and afterwards we can talk to Bessan about the story. Is that right, Bessan?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so bear with me just a few moments while I find the story. Okay, so okay, these are all stories recorded of children in Gaza telling stories, and it's fortunately I think it's in alphabetical order. So here is Bessan, who's going to tell the story of the farmer and the snake. The farmer and the snake. Let's see if this is going to work. Let's be patient, everybody. Wait for it to get ready to play.
Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Bisan Alawi, 15 years old from Gaza. Today I'm back with a new story, and now let's start the story. Imagine a very cold winter day out in the countryside. The snow is covering the fields like a soft white blanket. Here comes a kind old farmer walking home. He's wrapped up warm, puffing little clouds with his breath in the chilly air. Suddenly, the farmer stops. He spots something laying still and stiff in the snow-covered bed. What could it be? He bends down closer. Oh my! It's a long snake, a frozen stiff by the freezing cold. It looks like it can't move it at all. The kind farmer felt very sorry for the poor snake. You must be so cold, little creature, he whispered. Even though snakes can sometimes be tricky, the farmer's heart was full of kindness. He decided he had to help. Very gently, the farmer scooped up the cold, stiff snake with his gloved hands. To warm it up, he carefully tucked the snake inside his thick coat, close to his own warm body, and continued walking home. Soon, the farmer reached his cozy little house. He felt happy that he could save the snake from the cold. Inside, near the warm crackling fireplace, the farmer gently laid the snake down on a soft mat. Slowly, slowly, as the snake felt the wonderful warmth, it began wiggle just a little bit. It was waking up. Soon, the snake was fully awake. It stretched and looked around the cozy room with its quick flicking tongue. But oh dear, instead of being thankful, the snake suddenly hissed loudly and called out, looked unfriendly and ready to strike at the farmer. The farmer jumped back, surprised and little sad. Oh, he thought, I showed kindness, but its wild nature hasn't changed. He learned it's good to be kind, but important to be wise and careful too. This is the end of the story. The narrator was with you, Bisan, and see you with a new story. Goodbye.
Bessan, absolutely fantastic. So the snake was cold in the snow, danger of dying, but the farmer kindly put the snake in his coat, carried the snake home, kept the snake warm, and the snake came back to life. But the snake then attacked the farmer. But the farmer jumped out of the way because the farmer realised that yes, it's important to be kind, but we also need to be wise and careful. What a fantastic story that you've shared with us there, Bessan. And Bessan, you're 15, aren't you? Is that right, Bessan? You're 15 years old. Bessan, what would you like to say to all the people around the world who are listening here in the Zoom room, but also watching and listening on YouTube and on Facebook and watching it later? What's your message to all of us?
Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to join you today with you. And also, I would like to thank my teacher, Amal Khairil. Really, thank you for your support. Really, thank you. And my message to the board is, I meet Mr. David in the session. When he told us a story, I like it and I love it. Art of the storytelling. I wanted to join with the project and tell a story. I will keep telling stories so I can telling our people our story and the story of Palestine. Because I want to talk. I want to talk other people. The children in Gaza, we have to live in peace because we suffer from infection and leave food. So really, we have to live in peace. And the storytelling experience really is the good experience I've ever had in my life. It's improved public speaking skills and improve my confidence in speaking in front of camera. And I have a very English vocabulary when I start telling stories. Yeah. This is a story, The Farmer and the Cold Snake. Honestly, I have no clue where it came from. Yeah, I watched it on YouTube. Just I heard it, I love it, and I wanted to share it with the world. I shared this story because when I heard this story, I felt so my heart and gave me a big lesson, not just for the farmer, for me too. Yeah. It's really good to be kind, but we should also need to be wise and more careful too. We should to be kind, but in the way that doesn't hurt us. Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
that's it.
Thank you, Bessan. I think your choice of story is perfect. It sends a very wise message to all of us. You learned from telling that story. We learned from you. You are our teacher this evening. And what a powerful lesson. And we have huge respect and admiration for the children like you in Gaza who are brave enough to come and share your story with the world at this most difficult time. We appreciate
I
you.
know things in difficult time, but we need to achieve our dream. Yeah.
You said every child everywhere, and especially in Palestine, deserves to live in peace. And I think we all agree with you. We all agree with you. So would people like just to switch on your microphones? And while Bessan is here in the room, would you like to say something to Bessan? Just put your hand up if you would like to say something. And Baba C would like to say something to you, Bessan.
Bazuri Sana, very well done. Bessan, you give us hope. Please do not lose your light. Do not lose your marvelous storytelling. And remember, you give us hope. We're following your example. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Baba C. Who else would like to say something? Tammy.
Hello, Bessan. Thank you so much. Hello. Thank you so much for your beautiful storytelling and the wonderful way you describe how beneficial storytelling is to you for your language and also just for communication. And you communicate your ideas so beautifully. You touch our hearts and you touch our souls and you inspire us You really inspire us. And as Babasi says, you give us hope. So thank you, dear. Thank you.
Thank you. And I will keep telling the stories, don't worry.
Fantastic. I'll look forward to them all.
We're looking forward to your next story. And Bessan's story will be shared, or is being shared right now as part of the project that Haneen Khaled Jadala and I are doing, Tell a Child in Gaza's Tale. But it's not just Haneen and me, it's all of the children in Gaza and Palestine and people all around the world, like Jackie and Tammy, who are in the room right now, have been retelling your stories in many places and online. And can I just ask Haneen, who's here right now, because Haneen's a very close friend of Amal, who helped Bessan to get that story to the world. Haneen, would you like to just say something?
Hello, everybody. Good to be here. I would like to say to Bisan, you are powerful, kind, marvelous, and I have no words to describe what I just saw and heard from you. Your words just passed through the screen, came through to our hearts to tell us how beautiful and creative our children in Palestine are. Keep remember that you are the light in this world. No matter how much it is collapsing now in our eyes, it will get better by you and all the Palestinian future generations. Thank you so much, Bisan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bessan. And I can see also in the room we have Louis, and Louis comes every Friday to listen to stories for children at the World Storytelling Cafe. So, Louis, would you just like to say something to Bessan?
Hello.
Hi, Louis.
Hi, David.
It's great that you're here, Louis. Are you enjoying the stories?
I do, yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Right. Well, I think we're going to stay with the children because we've got another child from Gaza who's here. And this is Noor. And Noor, you're from Gaza. Now you're in Egypt. And your teacher is Dia, another friend of ours, a good friend. And Noor, have you enjoyed Menaz's story and Bessan's story?
Yes, I've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed them a lot.
They're brilliant, aren't they? I saw you were giving lots of hearts while they were telling the story. Oh, Noor, please switch on your microphone.
Yes, they were very good. They were very good.
Wonderful.
I liked them.
And,
yes.
And the last time Jackie and Tammy and I saw you, Noor, you were telling us a story live on Zoom in Edinburgh at the Scottish Storytelling Festival. And you told us the story of the olive tree. But today, I think you've got us a different story to tell us. Am I right?
Yes. Yes, I've got another good story.
Please tell us.
Okay. Once upon a time, there was a chicken. It was hard working. It finds bushes. It sometimes lays an egg. It has 3 friends. They were not hard workers at all. Her first friend was a dog. Her second friend was a cat. Her third friend was a horse. Once, the chicken found a raspberry bush. Raspberry. We can make a raspberry pie, says the chicken. The dog smiles and says, raspberry pie, yummy. The cat smiles and says, I can't wait to eat that raspberry pie. The horse wiggles its tail and says, raspberry pie, yummy. The chicken smiles and says, who can help me get some raspberries? Sorry, I can't. I'm too busy, says the dog. Sorry, I'm too tired, says the cat. Sorry, I'm watching TV, says the horse. The chicken sighs and collects every raspberry by herself. Now I need sugar, egg, flour, and milk, the chicken says. Who can help me get these ingredients? Sorry, I'm too busy, says the dog. Sorry, I'm too tired, says the cat. Sorry, I am watching TV, says the horse. That's the chicken sighs and makes everything all on her own. The chicken asks again, Who can help me? Who can help me mix the ingredients together? Sorry, I can't. I'm too busy, says the dog. Sorry, I'm too tired, says the cat. Sorry, I'm watching TV, says the horse. The chicken sighs and says, Fine, I guess I'll do it myself. The chicken mixes ingredients and slowly pours raspberry inside the bowl. She mixes everything and puts it inside the oven. Then the chicken says again, Who can help me turn on the oven? Says the chicken. Sorry, I can't. I'm too tired, says the dog. Sorry, I'm too busy, says the cat. Sorry, I am watching TV, says the horse. The chicken sighs and says, I guess I have to make it myself. The chicken turns off the oven and makes a raspberry pie. A few hours later, a delicious smell came from the kitchen. The dog, the cat, and the horse rushed there to see the raspberry pie. The chicken took the raspberry pie and said, Who can help me eat this raspberry pie? The dog smiles and says, Me, I'm so hungry. The cat says, Me, I'm very hungry. The horse says, Me, I want to eat this raspberry pie too. The chicken smiles and says, None of you will help me eat this raspberry pie. All of them are confused, saying, Why? The chicken smiles and says, None of you helped me make this raspberry pie, so none of you will help me eat it, says the chicken. Then she takes the raspberry pie and runs all the way to her home with it and eats every single crumple happily. Thank you for listening. Noor Eddin.
Noor, that was brilliant.
Yes.
So clear, so confident. How old are you, Noor?
At 12.
12 years old. You are a great storyteller already.
Yes, thank
Jackie,
you.
wasn't that fantastic? We heard Noor just a few weeks ago, and today just as good. It's just brilliant.
I loved your version of that story, Noor. I laughed every time the horse said, I am too busy, I'm watching TV.
Yes.
Can I just say to Bessan as well, because I didn't get my hand up quick enough last time. Bessan, I loved hearing your story. I always enjoy your storytelling. And
Thank you.
I so much agree with you that stories are a great way. Oh, she's not in at the moment. She's just popped it. She's back in again just
You'll
now.
be back.
Oh,
Zoom is
She'll be back.
kicking some of them out.
and Mena is still
Like
here
that.
with Luzanne. If you want to say
Ah.
something.
Mena, your story is so beautiful. And when, you know, obviously tonight you've got your gorgeous flowers and bee all acting out, but I also love your puppets that you made. I think that's a lovely way to tell the story. And I know that the children up at Banff really enjoyed seeing your video of the story. Thank you all for sharing so much.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Jackie. And is there one more person who would like to talk to Noor? Put your hand up if you would like to say something to Noor. Oh, Baba C.
Noor, as an elder, I am always happy when a person your age tells a story so well. It lets me know that even though I'm retired, the tradition will carry on. You're never too old to learn, and you're never too young to teach. Keep telling your stories. Oh, and David, some people will be bouncing in and out because Zoom is doing a funny thing, and it will arbitrarily bounce people out and then bring them back a moment later.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up. Brilliant. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. And I just want to show, Jackie was talking about our first storyteller this evening, Menna. And here is a photograph of Menna telling the same story, Free the Bee, a year ago. And you can see the puppets that she made. But you can watch this recording as well, because if you go to Tell a Child in Gaza's Tale, if you go to my YouTube channel, David Heathfield, and you go to the link on to the playlist Tell a Child in Gaza's Tale, there's now, wow, there's more than 200 stories, and out of those 200 stories, about 70 of them are stories being told by children in Gaza over the last 5 years, including Menna, and other stories told by Noor and Bessan. And the others are people all around the world retelling those stories, mostly in English, but sometimes in different languages, like Jackie's telling the stories in English and Doric, which is a dialect in the northeast of Scotland. And stories are being retold in Spanish and in Hindi and all different languages. So come and join in, and you can tell a story too. Mechthild is here. Mechthild has retold a story from the project. Larissa Chernova from Ukraine. You've just come in from Ukraine, Larissa. Larissa told the story of A City Under Attack, which Noor told, and Jackie told that story. So yeah, there's a plethora of fantastic storytellers here in the room. I would love to tell you about another young storyteller from Gaza. And this is Farah. Here's a photograph of Farah. And this is a photograph from 4 years ago. And it's a photograph when Farah told the story of the fox's tail. So I'm now going to tell a story in tribute to Farah. And then afterwards, I'm going to play another story of Farah telling another story. And I'll tell you something very special about Farah after I tell this first story, because I know, Farah, you will be listening to this recording. You wanted to join us today. I spoke to you earlier by chat, and you couldn't because at the moment in Gaza, at this time of day where you are, there's no internet. But you will be able to watch this later on. So this is for you, Farah, and all of the children of Palestine. I love this story. Everybody can join in. It's called The Fox's Tale. Story. Well, once upon a time, there was a woman who had lots of children. And every day she milked the sheep, took a bowl of milk and put it in the corner of her house so that the next morning her children could have some fresh, creamy sheep's milk for breakfast. But every morning, when she got up, the woman found that the bowl was empty. This happened morning after morning after morning. Someone stealing the milk during the night. Well, the old woman wasn't pleased at all. The next night, she took a big iron stick and hid in a corner of the dark house. In the middle of the night, padding into the house came a fox. And the fox started lapping up the milk from the bowl. Oh, the woman jumped out and whoosh, with that iron stick, she cut off the fox's tail. Old woman, said the fox, give me back my tail. I'll give you back your tail, said the woman, when you give me back all of the milk you have stolen. Oh, old woman, how can I do that? Said the fox. I don't know, said the old woman, but you could ask the sheep. So the fox went to the sheep and said, Sheep, sheep, give me some fresh creamy milk that I can give to the old woman so she gives me back my tail. You can all join in with this. So she gives me back my tail.
Tail.
And the sheep said, Meh, I'll give you some creamy milk when you give me some fresh green leaves from the olive tree to eat. So the fox went to the olive tree and said, you can help me with this. Olive tree, give me some fresh green leaves that I can give to the sheep. So the sheep gives me some fresh creamy milk that I can give to the old woman. So she gives me back my tail. And the olive tree said, I will give you some of my green leaves if you get the farmer to dig and till around my roots. So the fox went to the farmer and said, you can help me. Farmer, bring some water and some hose to till around the soil around the tree. So the tree will give me some fresh green leaves that I can give to the sheep. So the sheep will give me some fresh creamy milk that I can give to the old woman. So she gives me back my tail. And the farmer said, I will till the earth around the tree if you give me a pair of boots. Oh no. Well, the fox went to the cobbler, the shoemaker, that's right. Now this is the last time and we're going to go really fast, so can you keep up with me? Let's see. He said, cobbler, give me a pair of boots that I can give to the farmer. So the farmer tills around the soil, around the tree. So the tree will give me some fresh green leaves that I can give to the the sheep. So the sheep will give me some creamy milk that I can give to the old woman. So she gives me back my tail. And the cobbler thought, sounds like everybody needs something. The farmer needs a pair of boots. The tree needs some tilling and weeding. The sheep needs some leaves. The old woman needs some milk to give to her children. And you, fox, you need your tail. I will help. So that kind-hearted cobbler, he rummaged around in a big pile and found a pair of old boots. And he gave them to the
farmer.
To the fox. And the fox took the boots to the farmer, and the farmer tried on the boots and they fitted perfectly. And the farmer, in those boots, he took his hoe to the tree and he tilled the soil around the tree. And the tree gave some fresh green leaves. And the fox took those green leaves to the sheep, and the sheep munched on those leaves. And the sheep gave her creamy milk. And the fox took that creamy milk to the old woman, and the old woman put that milk in front of her children, and the children, they enjoyed that creamy milk, and they were no longer hungry. And the fox said, old woman, give me back my tail. And the old woman said, fox, here's your tail back. But remember, life isn't going to be easy for you when you go round stealing other people's milk. And that is exactly how Farah, that's exactly how you finished the story 4 years ago with that phrase. It really made an impact. And you know, every time I tell your story, Farah, to children when I go to Germany, the Netherlands, and all around the UK, and even in Scotland, when I tell that story, I always say that ending that you gave to me because it's so strong and so beautiful. You can't go around taking what's not yours. So thank you, Farah. And I've got a special announcement, everybody. Today, Farah has her birthday. And you, Farah, are 19 years old today. So switch on your microphones, everybody, and we're going to sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Farah. Happy birthday to you. And Farah, happy birthday to you and to your younger sister, Hala, another amazing young international storyteller. Greetings to Hala as well. So let's all just say thank you to Farah. Everybody, switch on your microphones. Thank you, Farah.
Asante Sama.
Thank you,
Thank you so much,
Farah.
Farah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for
And
your amazing stories.
oh, thank you, Noor. Bessan, have you got a message for Farah?
Yeah, I want to tell to Farah, you are so beautiful girl, and keep going and tell more stories because you are really good. And happy birthday! Enjoying your day.
Thank you, Bessan. Now, the story isn't finished. I hadn't spoken to Farah for 4 years until last October. And out of the blue, Farah contacted me and said, I found out that people around the world have been retelling my stories. And she was so excited and so happy. Tammy and I had a conversation with you, Farah, and your sister Hala. And then a short time later, you sent a new video of you telling a story. So would everybody like to watch the new story told by Farah? It's called The Boy Who Sold the Milk. So let me just find it and everybody can enjoy you telling your story, Farah. Okay, I just need to find it from the list. Fortunately, it's in alphabetical order, which means I need to go over here. And here is Farah.
Hi everyone. I am Farah from Gaza.
David, before you play it, you need to get rid of the whole list because we can't see Farah.
You can't see Farah?
No. You might have to stop sharing and start sharing again. Sometimes it doesn't let you go to a different program.
Thank you so much for telling me. Okay. Did that happen last time as well?
Unfortunately, it did, and we sent you messages, but you didn't get them. So
Oh,
I decided to.
I'm not clever enough
this
to
time.
look at messages. Oh dear. I'm sorry about that. Okay,
That's
let me
should have
sort this out then. Let me sort this out. Right, can you see Farah?
Yes.
Let's see if you can hear Farah as well. Shout yes if you can hear her.
Hi everyone.
Yes.
I'm from Gaza. I'm 18 years old and today I'm gonna tell you a new story. It's called The Boy Who Sold the Butter. And actually I'm so happy because I came back to telling stories because the last time I was told was in 2020. That means 4 years ago. So anyways, let's get started. There was once a woman who had a foolish son. When he helped with the chores on the farm, he usually made a mess of things, so she found it easier to do most of the work by herself. And one morning she churned a big vat of sweet butter and she planned to sell in town. And her son baked, Mom, please, Mom, let me take the butter to sell in town. Please, Mom, please, please. No, said his mother. You have never even been to town. It's so big and you will get lost. Stay home and keep the cow company, okay? Please, Mom, let me take it to town to sell, please. I said no, I will not let you go. Stay home. But he pleaded with her for so long, and she finally agreed. Please, Mom, please. Okay, you can go. And she gave him some advices on how to sell the butter, and he went. He followed the road just as his mother had told him. After what seemed a very long time, he came into an enormous rock. And he thought, my mom told me the town is so big. This is certainly is big. It must be the town. So he said to the rock, Town, would you like to buy some of my mom's butter? The rock, of course, didn't answer. It was a rock. But this didn't stop the boy. He went right on talking. He was a foolish after all. At the end, thank you for listening. Bye bye. Hi everyone.
Wow, Farah. He was a fool after all. There he was trying to sell the butter to a big rock because his mother said town is big. Oh well, some people, they just don't learn. Fantastic, Farah. Wonderful. And happy birthday. And hopefully you'll be able to listen and watch later. Wow, I just was just contemplating the fact that you said you didn't see Bessan telling the story earlier. So shall I play it again? So everybody can not just listen to Bessan telling the story, but you can also see Bessan telling the story. Bessan, we're going to play your story again. Is that okay? So let's get it right this time, David. Okay, let me just, if I cue it up in advance, that's probably going to be the best idea before I share. So it won't be just a moment.
I'm humming the Jeopardy theme.
Hello everyone, welcome back.
Right, so here we go. And I'm going to share. And here, can you see?
Yes.
Okay, and if you can hear, say yes.
This is Bissam Alawi,
Yes.
15 years old from Gaza. Today, I'm back with a new story. And now, let's start the story. Imagine a very cold winter day out in the countryside. The snow is covering the fields like a soft white blanket. Here comes a kind old farmer walking home. He's wrapped up warm, puffing little clouds with his breath in the chilly air. Suddenly, the farmer stops. He spots something laying still and stiff in the snow-covered bed. What could it be? He bends down closer. Oh my! It's a long snake, a frozen stiff by the freezing cold. It looks like it can't move it at all. The kind farmer felt very sorry for the poor snake. You must be so cold, little creature, he whispered. Even though snakes can sometimes be tricky, the farmer's heart was full of kindness. He decided he had to help. Very gently, the farmer scooped up the cold, stiff snake with his gloved hands. To warm it up, he carefully tucked the snake inside his thick coat, close to his own warm body, and continued walking home. Soon, the farmer reached his cozy little house. He felt happy that he could save the snake from the cold. Inside, near the warm crackling fireplace, the farmer gently laid the snake down on a soft mat. Slowly, slowly, as the snake felt the wonderful warmth, it began wiggle just a little bit. It was waking up. Soon, the snake was fully awake. It stretched and looked around the cozy room with its quick flicking tone. But oh dear, instead of being thankful, the snake suddenly hissed loudly and called out, "Look unfriendly," and ready to strike at the farmer. The farmer jumped back, surprised and a little sad. Oh, he thought, I showed kindness, but its wild nature hasn't changed. He learned it's good to be kind, but important to be wise and careful too. This is the end of the story. The narrator was with you, Bisan, and see you with a new story. Goodbye.
That was even more wonderful.
It was, wasn't it? Now we could actually see you this time, Besan. I think everybody could really, really appreciate your brilliant storytelling skills. Big round of applause for Besan. Wow, what a beautiful set of stories from young people who are in the most difficult, terrible circumstances, and yet you're overcoming those difficulties and bringing us stories and sharing your hearts with all of us, and we appreciate it so much. And Luzanne, you're still here. Luzanne and Menar, can you have you been listening to the stories?
Yeah. Minna loves the story and she wanted to tell another story.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, have you got another story for us now?
No, not today.
Not now. Next time.
Maybe
Next time.
next time, yeah.
Now,
But she likes telling the stories.
in the chat right now, I'm just sharing Luzanne and Menar's fundraiser. You can read, I'll just read it out. Menar's dream is telling a story in the World Storytelling Cafe. Today, you have lived your dream, Menar. Here is the family fundraiser hosted by our dear friend Susan Piper. And if you go to that link, you can donate to Luzanne's family fundraiser. And if you're watching later, if you're watching now on YouTube or Facebook, just pause the video, hold up your phone, get that QR code, and you can make a donation. And it really does make a difference, a big difference. So there you are. Well, it's brilliant that you're all here. I wonder if I could finish with one final story. Can I? And it's a story, I'm going to tell a story that I learned from Hala. This is Hala and her sister Shatha. And Hala and Shatha have told us so many stories. And again, Hala contacted me this morning, and you said, Hala, thank you for doing this event. So thank you for all your stories, Hala. And this is a story that Hala told at this time last year. And you were in very, very tough circumstances, as you even more tough now, I reckon. And yet you came and you told us stories live here at the World Storytelling Cafe. So Hala, this is for you. It's a wonderful story. It's called Milk is for Milk and Water is for Water. So this story is a Palestinian folk tale that you learned from your grandmother. The story that Besan told, I believe. Besan, your story, is it a Palestinian story?
Honestly, I have no clue, but
Not sure. Maybe. I think it's a regional story. I think it's a story from your region of the world. And also the Fox's Tale is also a Palestinian folk tale, the one that Farah taught to me. And Free the Bee, that Menar told, she created it herself. So this is a story that I learned from Hala. And let's begin. Story. Once there was a milk seller. This milk seller didn't have much, but he had enough. And every day he carried half a bucket of wonderful creamy milk. Oh yeah, milk again. A wonderful creamy milk, all the way along past that clear running river to the market. And he sold that half a bucket of milk, and he just got enough money from his loyal customers that he could live and have enough. But sometimes he noticed at the market that some of the other traders were doing much better than him. Some of the other traders had a donkey. Some of them had a cart. And as Hannah said, some of them had a donkey and a cart. And he thought, I want to have that. But one day, as he was carrying his half bucket of milk, it was a sunny day, and he came along past that clear running river. He thought, well, you know, I could fill my bucket. So he dipped his bucket into the river very carefully, so now it was filled to the brim. Diluted milk, half milk and half water. And he carried that heavy bucket to the market, and he sold that diluted milk. And his loyal customers came, and they didn't realise it wasn't as creamy as usual. And more customers came, and by the end of the day he had sold it all, and his purse of coins was heavy. Oh, I'm doing well. He walked home with his heavy purse, but it was hot still, and he rested under a tree next to that river. And he opened the purse and he counted the coins, and do you know what? Yes, you're right. There were twice as many coins as he'd ever earned before. Oh, I will be able to have a donkey and a cart and a new home, and all good things will come my way. And he fell into a sleep, dreaming of his future wealth. When he woke up, the sun was going down, and where's my purse? Where's my purse full of coins? And he heard a chattering noise above him, and he looked up, and there in the tree was a monkey, and the monkey was laughing and holding the purse. Oh, give me my purse, he cried. The monkey opened up the purse, took out a coin and threw it down so it landed on his head and then dropped onto the ground. No, not just a coin, give me my purse back. Well, that naughty, mischievous monkey took out another coin and threw it so it fell plop into the river. No, give me all my money, give me my purse. The next coin fell on his head, and the next coin fell in the river. The next onto his head and onto the ground, and the next coin into the river. Oh, after a while, all of the coins had been emptied from the purse. The monkey had lost interest and dropped the empty purse, so it floated down and landed next to the milk cellar. Oh no! The milk seller counted all of the coins around him on the ground back into the purse. And you know what? There were only as many coins as he had ever earned on any other day before. And then suddenly it dawned on him, and he realised, oh, good monkey, you have sent me a message. The message is that I must be honest, and I mustn't cheat my customers. I have enough to live. Who needs a donkey and a cart when I have enough to eat? And, oh, well, I enjoy my life. Milk is for milk, and water is for water. He said that to himself all the way home, and the next day when he brought his half bucket of milk to the market, he told it to all his customers, and they appreciated his honesty. The story was passed by word of mouth from generation to generation, and the story is still told today. And the saying, milk is for milk and water is for water, is still known in Gaza, a reminder to treat all around us fairly, not expect too much, and to always be honest. So I would like to thank again Hala, who told us this beautiful story a year ago. And I hope you enjoy listening to me retelling your story. I wish I could tell it half as well as you did, Hala. Wonderful. Oh, Louis, thank you for being here for the whole session of stories from Palestine. Are you on the way to the swimming pool? Louis, your microphone is switched off, but I guess you're saying...
Hi, David.
Are you going swimming?
Yes, I am. I'm just in the car at the moment.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed all the stories today, Louis.
I am. All the stories are incredible.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, we're coming towards the end of today's event. I'd like to thank Mena and Luzan, who are here with us in the room. I'd like to say thank you to Bessan, who's been with us all the way through. Thank you, Bessan. To Noor as well. Thank you, Noor. And to Farah and Hala, whose stories you've shared so generously and we've retold. And I would like to ask Elena Ashuti, if you wouldn't mind switching on your microphone, Elena, because Elena has been broadcasting this episode from from Friday Storytelling for Children, with permission from the World Storytelling Cafe. You've been beaming this broadcast on Radio Cavolo in Italy and around the world as part of Diffusione Fiabe. Is that? I'm sorry about my Italian pronunciation.
It's very good. It's very good, David, the way you pronounce it. So, buonasera. Thank you very much.
Buonasera. And Elena, what weren't these children from Palestine amazing?
They have been amazing and very touched. I'm still like, I can feel the power of their words here in this small studio in Firenze. So all of you who have been in Firenze, and then from here we have been broadcasting you across the world, and the message that you have brought are very strong and important for all of us, at least for me living here in Italy, in Europe, to be as close as possible. And indeed, you made it clear the power of storytelling, David, right? And this is the reason why we are connected as well today. So if I can quickly say, Diffusione Fiabe is a storytelling radio show. It's made by a voluntary radio, no commercial radio. It's to keep up storytelling practice and fairy tales, and so to make a story as the one that Palestine children have told today, going across the world. So we are going to keep this podcast available as well online. So if the video might be a little bit heavy in some areas where internet is not properly working, you can always listen to the recording and distribute as much as you want. So I'm very honored to be tonight with you, David, and everybody, especially our fantastic Palestinian storyteller, and it's a big privilege for me.
Thank you, Elena. And Elena, I know you would like to ask me a couple of questions. Do you want to ask me them now, or should we do it after people have left the Zoom room? What do you think is better?
It's fine. I mean, I can ask them now if people connected are not too tired.
I think people who are here might be interested, but if you need to leave because it's already, getting on past 7 o'clock here in the UK, we understand. But I know Elena would like to ask me a couple of questions about this broadcast and about telling Palestinian children's stories. So please go ahead, Elena.
Yeah, thank you very much, David. And of course, whoever is here in this Zoom chat, if you need to leave, you can do so, and then you can catch up. The interview later, as I said, is going to be available on podcast. So very quickly for me, there are two questions for you. As you mentioned at the beginning, I ask you to connect tonight, the 9th of May, because it's Europe Day. And in Italy, there has been a very viral campaign in support of Gaza to raise awareness of what is happening in Gaza. And because my main means of raising awareness, as many of you here here. It's storytelling and fairy tales. It was a fantastic coincidence, but nothing happens by chance. I believe that, David, you were broadcasting together with Palestinian children. So first of all, I know that you have been supporting, training, and working with Palestine storytellers for many years. So my first question is, how did it happen?
Oh, that's a big question. I'll try to be very brief in my answer. So I've been volunteering with teachers and children in Gaza, especially for the last 5 years or so. And during the pandemic, here at the World Storytelling Cafe, we started Young International Storytellers. So together with John Rowe, and subsequently more people got involved, including Baba C, who regularly hosted, and Jackie Ross, who was a frequent participant. We encouraged young people around the world to tell stories. And many of those children who came and told stories were the students of teachers in Gaza who I had met online, because I was running courses, I still am running courses for teachers about storytelling, and I invited 20 teachers from Gaza, teachers of English, to do courses with me and other teachers from all around the world. And there was a huge response from Gaza. I think partly because of the enthusiastic, creative, wonderful teachers like Haneen, but also, and Luzanne, of course, but also the desire of children and young people in Gaza to reach across the border, to reach outside of Gaza, because of the restraints, because of the limitations forced upon them by the situation that they live in of siege. And the children in Gaza were able to communicate on Zoom with their beautiful English. It has to be said, the children that joined us have fantastic English, just as been demonstrated today by Noor and Bessan, and of course young Mena, wonderful storytellers. And that was encouraged, so some young people came again and again and again, just grew as storytellers, and some were so frequent they almost became hosts or co-hosts, like Hala, who I mentioned just a moment ago. So that's how my involvement began. And then in January, 1st of January 2024, Haneen and I launched Tell a Child in Gaza's Tale. So we asked people all around the world to listen to the recordings made historically, 2020 to 2023, of children in Gaza, because all of the recordings from the World Storytelling Cafe are archived, and to learn those stories and paying tribute to the child, tell that story in the child's name, to share their voices and amplify children in Gaza's voices around the world. But amazingly, during this period, children in Gaza have continued to tell stories, and the stories that I've shared today are mostly ones that have been shared during this very, very
challenging,
unbelievable crisis. So, Bessan has been able to tell a story. These stories were created and retold during this onslaught on Gaza, which is just the most remarkable achievement, given the very, very difficult circumstances that you, Bessan, and other people in the room are experiencing right now.
Yeah, exactly. You said
Elena, allow me to interrupt for just a
sure.
moment. David, I apologize for this, but as you know, I've been getting bounced out of the out of the Zoom.
Sure.
But very quickly, upcoming on worldstorytellingcafe.com. This Sunday we have our worldwide story round, 6 p.m. UK time. This Thursday we have Evita Storyteller doing Evita's Elemental Hour, and that's at 6 p.m. UK time. And alas, I don't have the name of the storyteller for next Friday's Stories for Children, but I invite everyone to tune in, and that's once again 6 p.m. UK time. I had to get that in, and now we turn you back to your interview already in progress.
Okay, thank you, Babasi. Thank you for being here and for playing the host role there. That was fantastic.
Thank you very much, Babasi. Yeah, I wanted to ask you that indeed, I really like the focus that you decided to give, so to work with that child storyteller, because you are supporting a generation, at least in here in Italy, we see that there is not for the moment a child generation of storytellers. So as Babasi said before, when I'm going to retire, who is going to be next? So I really think that the focus you have been given with the other colleagues on supporting children plays an important role from one side to keep alive storytelling, but also for supporting children to see their future as bright as possible, even in different circumstances. So I wanted to ask you, what did you notice in these many years in working with Palestine, apart, of course, from the geopolitical context that we all agree has been deteriorating a lot, but this is not a political storytelling show, so I don't want to go into that. But in terms of storytelling, in terms of creating awareness behind Palestine or behind the UK, basically, so the summary of the question is what the audience reaction.
Well, I'd like to talk particularly about Palestinian storytelling. And what I've learned is huge. The teachers that I have met and the children that I have got to know through their stories are all from UNRWA schools, UNRWA schools. And we know that the UNRWA schools are all the schools in Palestine are in Gaza rather are not operating as they should be. They're people, UNRWA teachers are still teaching, but they're teaching in tents and shelters which are shared with people who are displaced and are sheltering, so it's really difficult circumstances. And many young people are studying online on their phones now, but they're determined because there's a huge hunger for education. I know that Bessan is working really hard on her studies, even in spite of what's going on. And this is something that comes across very strongly with young Palestinian storytellers, is a huge desire not just to have their voices reach outside of Gaza and across the world, but to really learn, to have to reach out for any opportunity to learn and develop and educate themselves and further their experience. And there's a kind of joy and confidence in young Palestinian storytellers that I rarely experience with other young storytellers I've met. Yes, I've met some fantastic young storytellers, let's say, for example, at the World Storytelling Cafe from Nigeria and from India, who've been as inspirational. But I have to say, in Europe, we have a lot to learn from young storytellers from Palestine, because you are so dynamic. I'm talking to you, Bessan. You are so dynamic. You are so inspiring. I feel like you should be teaching, not me. I shouldn't be teaching the young storytellers in the UK. You should be teaching them because you would inspire them. And that's what we're doing. Jackie referred to an event in Scotland a couple of weeks ago where we told stories, but also we played a recording of Mena telling the story of Free the Bee and how that had inspired young teenage students in Scotland. So, it's we have so much to learn from children in Palestine. That's what I want to say.
Thank you very much. I also believe from tonight that there is a lot that we can indeed learn from Palestine. But I'm very happy that you have created this channel of communication that is going ahead, this by whole, and at the same time, you can count on me on the radio show whenever there is an opportunity to work together. But San, if I can send you my warm regards and echo again how fantastic you were, very brave. Heart is still very, very much beating after what you said. I'm addressing to you because you are the only one Palestinian storyteller that has left for it stayed with us for obvious reason. But before say goodbye to everybody, if you would like to say something else to us, I'm very happy to give you the microphone.
So Bessan, have you got a final comment?
I'm extremely proud to be here today, and thank you for all motivational messages. And I joined the event a lot, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bessan.
Thank
You
you
are
very
very
much.
gracious.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
if you all agree, I would like to say goodbye from Firenze. Before doing so, I would like to thank you again, David, John Rowe, Baba C, Basan, and all the Palestinian children that were with us this afternoon, evening. And of course, we do support Palestine and Gaza with our heart and above all with the power of storytelling, David. And thank you again for all the fantastic work you have been doing over the years.
And a reminder again to everybody also in the listening to the radio, if you are able to, please do donate to Luzanne and Menar's fundraiser. So thank you everybody.
David?
Thank you at the World Storytelling Cafe. Thank you Walid for hosting and running the technology from Marrakesh. And Baba C, you wanted to finish.
Yeah, I just want to say, David and Elena, thank you very, very much. And the children from Gaza, thank you very, very much for your invaluable lessons. And also thank you to all the affiliate stations and outlets that work in conjunction with the worldstorytellingcafe.com. And a special thank you to Walid for flying the magic carpet because he's always there for us. He does a tremendous job, and sometimes we keep him a little bit longer, but that's all right. I texted him, he said we were fine, but I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you everybody. Goodbye Bessan, goodbye. You're representing all of the children of Gaza tonight, and we appreciate you being here so much. Goodbye everybody.
Goodbye.
Everybody take care,
See
stay
you in a
blessed.
new story soon. Goodbye.
Bye Bessan.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Keep being the wonderful people that you are. Thank you, Bassan. Especially thank you, Walid, for staying overtime. Thank you very much. And now here it comes. See out. You're really something else. You're terrific. Thank you.